Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to the second game of our Rat Basketball Round Robin Tournament. If you missed the last game, you can check it out on our COSI Connects website, along with all sorts of other really awesome content. My name is Laurie Miller. I'm the manager of Living Collections here at COSI, and I'm going to hang out after the game. If you have any questions, hang out and you can ask me then. But right now, we're going to switch things over to Steve and Guy.
Hello and welcome back to COSI and our next game of the Rat Basketball Association RBA Inaugural Tournament. We're off and running. I'm Steve Play-by-Play. With me as always is Guy Talks a Lot.
Thanks so much, Steve. It's great to be here. These rats are really shooting out of the gate there.
Yes, absolutely. We have Charlie and Delta playing here. Charlie and Delta. We're seeing a different style of play, it appears, here this time.
Well, yeah, that's absolutely right. You know what's interesting is that these rats, we can actually see them actively learning because, Charlie developed a little bit of a weight problem in the quarantine there, so she won't fit through the hoop. So she's had to learn to play a different way. I think you're going to see that her style of play is going to improve here.
Interesting. So she had to change the way that she played.
Yeah, I remember the Suns had to do the same thing with Charles Barkley back in the day.
Well, I'll let you talk to Sir Charles about that. Oh, my goodness, what a thrilling play. What a thrilling game here. Going back through there. Look at that, the ball! The ball's just laying there on the court. Oh, my goodness, Delta's not sure if she's going to pick it up or not. Mug it to the crowd, wave to the crowd. No, she picks it up. She's going down the hoop with it. Oh, and she puts it through the hoop.
Well, look at that. Mugging to the crowd, putting it through the hoop. Incredible. What a thing to see.
Absolutely. Getting it there again. Delta going back through. Oh, Charlie with the steal. Charlie's going down the hoop. Oh, hangs on for the dunk. What a thrilling play. Delta picking it back up, down the court again.
Oh, whoa, crazy dunk by Delta.
Absolutely. All right, we're going to take a quick commercial break here. I hope you stay with us.
COSI may be closed, but we are open for fun and engaging science through COSI Connects, COSI's digital doorway for fun, at-home science discovery and learning. Every day, we're going to deliver fresh, exciting, and engaging science through COSI videos and hands-on activities you can try at home. Follow us here and visit cosi.org/COSI Connects for your daily science activity. We look forward to sharing great science with you.
And we're back. Steve and Guy back here with you. Delta picking it up, going to the hoop. Looks like Delta's starting to pull away with this thing. 18-13 now there, Guy.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, Charlie, like I said, she's learned a lot. She's changed her style of play. Oh, another big hoop by Delta there. But, you know, I think ultimately it's just not going to be enough for today. Oh, my goodness. Charlie leaves the ball on the court. Oh, there's a steal. Look at, going for it. Oh, my goodness. They're fighting over the ball. Delta ends up with it all the way to the hoop. What a play.
Incredible play, Guy. Incredible play. So, Guy, do you think that these rats actually know what's at stake?
Well, of course they know what's at stake. Toasted oat rings.
Great point, Guy. Oh, there it goes. Delta again. Charlie going down for some garbage time, but this thing is over with a final score of 22-15. Delta wins. Thanks for joining us.
This has been brought to you by COSI, a nonprofit science and technology center in Columbus, Ohio. If you liked this video, remember to like, subscribe, and comment below. Also, please consider a donation to COSI so we can continue to engage, inspire, and transform lives and communities by making science accessible to everyone, everywhere. For more information, visit cosi.org/support.
And there it is. So Delta wins this round. She will be moving on to the next round. And then we will also be playing with Colby and Feta. We'll be here next Friday. If you guys have any questions about how we get their animals to play basketball, about any of the other animals that we have in our collection, please go ahead and ask those. But I thought I'd talk a little bit about the rats that we have in-house. We do train them almost every day, so it makes them better at what they do. So even when they're not playing live games, we do practice them behind the scenes to make sure that they are staying on top of their game. So that's very much the way that we do things as well. Let's see if we've got anything coming in. So we do practice them. They also need someone to show them what we want them to do. So they have a trainer, which is us. So similar to how we learn, if you have a teacher or a parent or somebody that is showing you how to do things, like an instructor, things like that. And then a little bit of it is trial and error. So we'll put them in the court and sort of let them feel out what it is we want them to do. So every time we want them to change behavior, it takes a little bit for them to figure out what it is that we want them to do. So we will use those rewards or those treats, and that's what gives them the motivation. So you and I have different motivations for the reasons that we do different things. So I get motivated to come to work because I get paid, also because it's fun. So for them, they will work for Cheerios or Toasted Oats. They like banana chips as well. And they also like snuggles. So they do love being with us. So when we walk up to their enclosures, they will run to the front of the enclosures to spend time with us. So we do have very social rats. Guys are light on questions today. We did have a few questions from last week that we can go ahead and answer this time. So last time we had a question from Caitlin. It said, if they can play basketball, can they be trained to do other stuff? They absolutely can. In fact, here at COSI, we have trained them to find landmines. Now, they're not real landmines, they're fake ones. But over in Africa, they have used the giant Gambian pouched rats to find landmines in order to save people's lives. And so in order to talk about that really important work that's being done over in Africa, we trained our rats to find little tins, little fake landmines. It looks sort of like a shell game. And they use their sense of smell. So the way that they indicate to us that they have found those landmines is by running up a log. And that lets us know that that's their indicator, which is a really cool behavior that we like to show people. Katie asked, have you been training any new behaviors while COSI has been closed? Unfortunately, we haven't had time to train any new behaviors while we've been closed. We've been busy taking care of our animals, making sure they have everything that they need. But hopefully once we are open again and you guys are coming to visit us, we will have some time to be able to do that. Joanne said, do the rats always put their whole bodies through the hoop? Some of the rats do and some of them don't. So it really depends on the rat. If they're really struggling to drop the ball through the hoop, we let them keep that going through the hoop behavior. So again, that lends itself to the individual rats and how well they're picking up the behaviors. Dropping the ball through the hoop is the most difficult thing that we have to train them to do. So we have a question from Stephanie. It says, do you think you could teach other animals to play basketball? That's a really good question. So you can sure try. Depends on the type of animal. I know that I have seen different types of animals play. So if you can find out what that motivation is, you can kind of teach animals to do anything. Be a little bit more difficult to train a snake per se, but different types of mammals that are social, you can train them to do all sorts of things. Now I say that you can train all kinds of animals to do all kinds of different things. Rat basketball tends to be a very complicated behavior. So there's lots of steps involved and they have to think through that process. So if you think about an animal and how they've been adapted, let's say an owl doesn't think through problems the same way. So they're very focused and very food driven. But rats are really intelligent, just like your dog. So you can train them to do multi-step behaviors. I hope that makes sense. That was a little long-winded. Perrin said, are rats dirty animals? Thanks, Perrin. They are actually not dirty. So that is a misconception that people have. They are very clean animals and they do spend a lot of time grooming themselves. Thanks, Perrin. All right. So we do train different animals to do different behaviors. So we do target training is something that a lot of animals and a lot of institutions train their animals to do. And that way we can get an animal to position themselves in an area to make it easier either to clean or if we need to do any medical exams. And it's a free choice thing. So the animal makes the choice to move to that location so that we don't have to sometimes grab them up. Is a bad way to say that, but to pick them up, because picking up some animals makes them stressed. So if we can get them to free choice move to different locations, it's better for that animal and the welfare of that animal. All right. Well, I had so much fun playing with you guys today. Again, go check out our COSI Connects website for all sorts of content. And if you missed last week, you can go ahead and check out the game from last week. We also have our bracket, so you can see who's winning and who's going to be playing against who. And I will be right back here next week, Friday at 1:30. Bye, everybody.